Welcome to the Rainbow Six Basic Defense Tips video. Rainbow Six is a very different FPS game that has a lot of things that you really need to understand in order to get used to the gameplay. Close quarter battle, attack and defense phase, and operators function are the basic things that you should understand. Now let's move on to the first basic tips of the video. Tips number 1, know your operators. So there are utilities operators like Nuke and Bandit, which are very useful to counter attackers, gadgets and drones. And there are also traps operators like Frost and Lesion, which are also useful to slow a lot of attackers' engagement. If you play as utility operators, you always have to deploy your gadgets in every round. A lot of new players think that the gadget doesn't really give any impact to the game atmosphere, so they just run from the side, try to get some kills and leave the side in disadvantages. So bandit gadget and nuke jammers are efficient in denying a lot of attackers' gadgets such as thermite charge and drones. This advantage will help you to control the side better, safer, and also terminating the chance of sudden wall breach. So always remember to use your gadget before going out from the side, because doing this will help you to keep a termite away. In this video, it shows how effective the jammer take down drones, and this will also become a very good advantage for defenders because it means the attackers doesn't really know where you hide. It is very simple. No drones, no informations. No information means that you can set up your place to hold angle, surprise the enemy without being detected or predicted. Now, traps operators will be very useful to do one important thing: cycle prevention. Now take a look how this Lesion trap slows down the attacker, especially rusher. Lesion traps force the attackers to pull out the mines, or it will hurt them consecutively and blurring their visions. This condition makes attackers unable to do sprint, and it is extremely annoying. So your little traps can always prevent a sonic rush, Trigger traps will also benefit you with the information of your enemy's locations, because there will be a small notification on the right of the screen, and also there are small sound like Lesion Mine will give you some sound when it triggers, so you can really predict the enemy. The other basic tips that you really need to know is knowing defender's gun. Now let's take a look on defender's gun here. As you can see, most of defender's gun has a very good rate of fire. Good attachments support a close quarter battle such as reflex sight, hollow sight, and some gun also has echo scope to help you hold a long angle. I also want you to notice that most of defender's gun has low damage, but some has good damage as well. In the other hand, most of attacker's gun has a very high damage, and even most of the guns also has a very great rate of fire as well. Echo scope will help every attacker's weapon to play from long distance, and they can see your detail better comparing using reflex sight and hollow as defender. Knowing defenders and attackers' gun is very important. The conclusion of the last clip will show us that you have a good rate of fire of your weapon, scopes to help you in close quarter battle situations, while attacker gun has high damage and rate of fire along with the echo scope. This comparison should let you know that this information will make you understand the strength and weakness of defenders. In this video, I will show you why you should not always need to challenge the attackers with your gun, even when you and your opponent are in the exposed position. The attacker's echo will give them more detail and accuracy in aiming and shooting their weapon, while you only have reflex sight, which make you feel a bit hard to see clearly from distance. The attacker's gun damage advantage will give more chance to kill a defender with low damage gun. Now I hope you can use your advantage to your best as defenders. Your advantages as defenders are information, useful gadgets, and you own the map. These three statements are really important for you to understand. The first thing, information. Information is the most important thing in this game. Maybe you won't really need this in other FPS game, but in Rainbow Six Siege, information can make a big difference between winning and losing the match. You can use cameras to know and inspect your enemy's route and share the information with your team, so everyone will be more prepared for the attackers. You can reveal their location by pinging them. It will make your friends know where they are and where to expect the enemy rush. And useful gadget, yes, most of the defenders are equipped with their own various unique gadgets that will assist you during the play. Lesion's Goo Mine, Capcan's Trap, Valkyrie Camera, Mute's Jammer, and Master Evil Eye will definitely do their job to help you fight the attackers. You own the map. This statement means that the biggest advantage that defenders have is preparation time. In 30 seconds, you can prepare your way in and out from the side. You set your traps, specific places. You set everything together with the map when you are playing as defender. You have to think that the map is yours. Your enemy doesn't really know where you are until it's too late or taking some time. You can try to hide in the best hiding spot and kill them without being noticed and breaking a sweat. Now in this part of video, I will tell some common mistakes that a lot of new players do in Rainbow Six Siege, and if you have these habits, you should try to learn to change it for your better performance. The first common mistake that people do is very simple: turning your back from a gunfight. Yes, we all understand sometimes we can be pinched, we got panic, and we decided to run for our life without consideration, considering the enemy's line of sight. Sometimes we also have a sudden gunfight, and after that it stops. This condition will make you think that you are really clear to go without knowing where your enemies are and turning your back and die unnecessarily. The best thing you can do for this condition is, even when you are in a pinch situation, you need to run for your life, but don't run blindly. You need to make sure yourself that the enemy doesn't hold the line of sight anymore, or try to move to your target location and secure yourself at the same time. This is an example why you shouldn't run and turn your back against the opponent's line of sight. This video will show that even when you're sprinting and running away from that, you're not that fast. Sometimes running blindly works, but it's best for you not to take the risk, of being killed without any fight. The second common mistake is also very simple. Yes, holding multiple angles. Yes, you may think that you can handle two attackers at the same time, but when they are coming at the same time and also from different locations, you know that you have made a big mistake. If you're new to this game, maybe your reaction speed is not really as fast as a lot of old players, and this is the reason why you should not hold multiple angles. Third mistake is dueling echo. Dueling echo takes a lot of consideration. I'm not saying that this is totally wrong. If you are pretty sure that you can win the fight and know exactly where your enemy is, go ahead, try to challenge them. But sometimes you duel the echo because you only want to return the fight and you don't even really know where your enemy is. Consider the attacker's weapon damage combined with the echo sight. It is very hard to duel, so challenge only when you are ready and only when it is necessary. Fourth mistake, moving recklessly. In Rainbow Six Siege, sprinting is not always recommended, especially when you are trying to hide and flank the enemies. In this game, even a small noise from a small movement can reveal your position to the attackers, so try to move and sprint carefully. Now, the most important part of the videos will tell you one key to win easily in this game: stay in cover. Hit registration from other games make you think that you can really take a lot of hits or damage before finally down, but in Siege, it only needs like 3 to 5 accurate shots to take you down. Another reason why you should stay in cover is you may perfectly blend with the surrounding while the enemies would take some time until they realize it's too late. Staying behind cover means that you're not exposing your body. This will put your enemies in a bad situation because they cannot really see you. The last thing that I want to tell you about the basic tips in this game is do not challenge unnecessarily. And of course, try to communicate and coordinate with your teammates. Talk with them and say what you need. If you don't have microphone, type with your team. Communication and coordination will improve your game experience. As new players, you may feel like you cannot adapt with the game elements, but don't give up. Give yourself some time to learn how this game works. Keep playing and never listen to any discouraging speech from your teammates or your opponents. Everybody needs progress, and progress takes time. So enjoy the game and you get used to it in no time.